Okay, so looking at this equation, we're asked to solve this equation. And to be able to solve this equation, if you look at it critically, you will observe that these two terms, x squared plus 2x, is similar to these two terms here, x squared plus 2x. So a way of solving this in a faster way is to let this one be a particular letter. Let's say you say let's k, for instance, equal to x squared plus 2x. So once you do that, then you now substitute that k into that equation. So plus 3 all over k. So once you do this, then you can now use k being the denominator to multiply every term there to clear the fractions. And when you use k to multiply every term, this becomes k squared minus 4k, right, plus 3. All of that will make it equal to 0. So this turns out to be a quadratic equation that we can solve using factorization method. We can split this into two numbers, and the two numbers can be minus 3 and minus 1. That is minus 3k minus 4k. Such a way that when we add them, we still get minus 4k, and when we multiply them, we are going to get plus 3k squared. So that becomes k squared minus 3k minus k plus 3 equal to 0, right? So at this point, k is common here, bring it out. Then we have k minus 3 here, bring the minus that is common here out. We have k minus 3, right? So that will make everything become 0. So k minus 3 here is common. Then what is left is k minus 1, right? So that will make this one to be equal to 0, and from there k is now equal to 3. That is when you equate this one to 0 and you take the minus 3 to the other side, k becomes 3, and k is equal to 1 here, right? So we have gotten these two values of k. But what is k? K is what? x squared plus 2x. So that's what we're going to do here. So x squared plus 2x is equal to 3. That's on the first situation. That is when k is equals to 3. That's the first situation. So we'll try to solve this quadratic equation, x squared plus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Look at this very well. We can split this into 2, into 3 and 1, right? 3 and minus 1. So that becomes x plus 3x minus x minus 3. That's using factorization method. X is common, bring it out. That will be x plus 3. And minus is common here. This becomes x plus 3. So at this point, x plus 3 is common, bring it out. You have x plus 3, and this is x minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so what we do here is now to equate both x plus 3 is equal to 0 or x minus 1 is equal to 0, right? And from here we get x to be minus 3, or x minus 1 equals to 0, and x from here is equal to 1. So these are the two values when k is equals to 3. Now when k is 1, when k is equals to 1, so in this situation, that means x squared plus 2x, that's k, is equal to 1. Okay, so x squared plus 2x 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So when we have an expression like this, we could use since factorization method may not be feasible here, so we can use quadratic method, that is the formula method. That is when we have a quadratic formula, a quadratic expression or equation like this: ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. When you have this, the general formula. So the a here is 1. That is the first, the coefficient here. The coefficient here is 2, and the constant term as c, which is minus 1. So we can use, we can find x to be, by using this formula, minus b, that is the quadratic formula, plus or minus b squared minus 4ac, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So with this formula, we'll be able to get whatever values. So it's a general quadratic formula. So x from here, maybe. So what is our x? What is our b rather? Our b is what? Minus 2. It's 2, so it's going to be minus 2 plus or minus b squared. So what is b? Which is 2 square minus 4 ac. A is 1, c is minus 1, right? So all over 2a. What is a? A is 1. Okay, so from here now it becomes minus 2 plus or minus, now this is going to be 4 plus 4, and that will be 8, square root of 8 all over 2. So we can simplify this further by we know that 8 is 4 times 2, and that 4, the square root of that 4 is 2. So this one is going to be 2 root 2. So it's going to be minus 2 plus or minus 2 root 2 all over 2. And 2 is common. So we do what? We bring that 2 out, right? So that this becomes minus 1 plus or minus square root of 2 all over 2. So this 2 is going to cut this 2, and we'll be left with minus 1 plus or minus square root of 2. So this is the value of x here. So all the 4 values of x, the one we got in the first situation, which is 1 and minus 3. So x, those are the 4 values of x. We have 1, we have minus 3, then we have minus 1 plus square root of 2, and the fourth one is minus 1 minus square root of 2. So those are the 4 values of x. This is a quadratic equation with 4 terms, with 4 that the equation, as if you multiply this and this, it gives us x raised to power 4. And x raised to power 4 means it's a quadratic equation with that will give us 4 answers, a polynomial with 4 answers. So these are the 4 values, and that's how we solve it.